Hi there and welcome to Honeybee U Tarot. My name is Melissa. This is Cards and Coffee series where right now we are journeying along with the Major Arcana, and I will be drawing a question from Journaling the Tarot, Little Book of Big Questions from Andy Matzner, as well as trying to connect with the energy of each card. And today we're doing the Hanged Man. So let's take a look. What would the Hanged Man like to say, like us to know about the, first we'll look at the lowest manifestation of this energy. What would you like the collective? What is the lowest manifestation of this Hanged Man energy? Did something just flip? There it is, 7 of Wands. Okay. All right. So okay, so we got Princess of Cups, the bottom of the deck. There's a real like dreamy quality, right? And 7 of Wands. Okay. So since we're looking in this position at the lowest, what I'm thinking is this would be someone who feels the need to defend and become defensive, maybe even for their beliefs and their own dreams, ideals, ideas, wants, needs, wishes, and could be potentially some, martyrdom to being, in a sense of needing, because there's a sense of needing to defend oneself, right? And yeah, I'll just say that it's like victim, martyrdom. I have to defend myself, against everybody because of my beliefs. Blah, blah, blah. We all know that person, that personality, that situation, and possibly have all been through that. And the highest, ooh, the Fool. Interesting. Okay. Wait a minute. I just picked up the wrong deck. Okay. So interesting. The Fool is interesting, but we're not going to use that deck. Thank you. I'm going to leave it there. I think there's a lot to say to that. So why don't I just go ahead and include it? Okay, so highest manifestation. If we were going to add to what, let's go ahead and do that. Let's see what comes out from this deck. So highest manifestation of the Hangman energy. I love that the Fool came out. I can't. Ooh. 7 of Swords with 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. 7 of Swords with 10 of Pentacles. And we're going to include the Fool card. Okay. I do not believe there are no accidents, right? And the High Priestess under that. The Nine of Wands is at the bottom of this deck. And the High Priestess is at the bottom of this deck. Okay. When the Hanged Man energy is present, it's a nod back to feeling feeling or recognizing and trusting in one's own inspired action and one's own intuition, even if it seems that we are going against the grain, going against what you have always done or we have always done as an individual, or what has been done, or what other people think, or you know, long-standing belief systems, you know, sometimes. And it also can be about taking some time out after going through a long struggle, or maybe even having a realization that something needs to change, that we may need to reevaluate our beliefs, reevaluate our choices and or what we're telling ourselves about our choices, and maybe not really. It's very personal. Okay, I want to say it's a very personal space to be, because in many ways there is a conflict with what everyone else is doing, right? Or what everyone else would say. And so we kind of just keep our time to gain a new perspective, new paradigm, new enlightenment. You know, he's got the little nimbus here, a little halo here around his little head, gaining enlightenment. And we don't need like voices from the peanut gallery, right? We need to trust our intuition, and what is best for us, right? And that can come with, once we decide to challenge all that is or all that has been, or go against the grain. It's almost like there's a knowing, like I'm going to have to tolerate this, I'm going to have to tolerate being on my own as I create my legacy, or what is right for me. It's my 100 years and I need to do what I need to do. And so therefore, a lot of people say this is just kind of like being put on pause, as if it's like this like passive thing, but it's not. For me, it's a choice, and it can be a very difficult choice. And yet there's already an understanding. This also is related to Pisces, as is this. It's related to Pisces, and, kind of, we think of the martyr, Christ consciousness, like the story of Christ. And, there was a realization, like, I have to do this. This is part of my path, and it's different. And I could be, persecuted, attacked, rejected. I will be very alone in all of this. But because it's so important to me, I feel it, I'm inspired. I can't ignore this. And so I'm going to choose to put myself into this space, maybe where I can wait. It's almost like an in-between place, a very liminal place, a very not yet clear on what exactly comes next. But there seems to be a clarity that it's time to kind of choose to wait until I get clarity, until I become more enlightened as to, where, how, what is going to happen, or what steps I'll take, right? So we have the Fool here, but it's, some people may say you're being foolish to do what you want to do and need to do. Okay, lots of talking here. So let's pull a card out from this little book. Okay, what and or whom have you outgrown? How do you know? What is your next step? What and or whom have you outgrown? Okay, let's look at that. So I'm using this little teeny tiny Rider Waite tarot deck. It's like baby pocket size. We're going to use it. I'm trying to connect to it. Okay. Okay. So what is this? What and whom have you outgrown? What and whom have you outgrown? Okay, so if anybody is watching this for a personal reading, see what resonates for you. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, it's just for entertainment. Ooh. Oddly, this little teeny tiny deck is kind of hard for me to show. I don't know why I chose this. All right. Okay. Justice. Ooh. All right. 11. Also card of Libra. You know what I'm getting? And then we've got the Sun at the bottom of the deck with the Emperor here. Woo. I'm getting outgrowing a karmic lesson. So think about, reflect on what potentially have you been has been coming up in your life over and over and over and over and over again, to the point where you maybe you're understanding or need to take some time out to understand why this thing keeps coming up over and over and over and over and over again. What is the lesson that you're here to learn? And this could have something to do with legal issues, maybe divorce, maybe even a sense of that life needs to be fair, and fair and balanced. Also, that notion of, I talk about this a lot in my work with highly sensitive people, including myself. There's just this real pain in the heart and a real sense of frustration in some of the inequities and painful aspects of life, and there's this real like social justice police part, you know, within us, and you know, well, it should be this and it should be that, and life is, you know, everything should be fair. And unfortunately, on one hand, life doesn't always show up sort of fair. It doesn't seem that way, and yet there's always a balancing out. So we're looking at what to leave behind. So if any of that applies, this could be a sense of getting justice, right? Revenge, a sense that, you know, I have to, you know, what's that saying from Pulp Fiction where he reads out of the Bible and like, anyway, vengeance is mine, right? And you know, it's time to like, you know, kind of time to let that go. Let's see, what and or whom. Again, so this is Libra energy. How do you know? Ooh, interesting. How do you know? Oh, and I did want to say this could also be, look, we've got the Empress, we've got the Emperor, and then we've got the Sun, the baby. So this could also be letting go of issues around, you know, family, mother, dad, wounding. It could be a completion of some of the healing around that, of balancing those issues karmically out. Okay, what was it? How do you know? Maybe even getting a higher perspective, right? And a more enlightened perspective on those issues. If we're looking at, you know, what the Hanged Man energy would be doing. So in order to facilitate letting that go, we go into, you know, Hangman mode, and we challenge, you know, maybe the lessons and the programming and the belief systems of our family, and we move forward doing something that is right for us on our own, thereby balancing out any kind of lessons, karma that our family of origin was teaching us at a higher level. Maybe having a new appreciation for, you know, what we had to work through within our family of origin. Okay. How do we know? Oh, goodness. All right, we're getting the Fool card again. Major Arcana here. Wow. The Chariot. Yeah, right. The Knight of Pentacles. Pretty much coming out what I just said. The Wheel of Fortune. Yep. And the Knight of Wands. Okay. So how do I know? Because I feel it. I have done the work. I've done what I needed to do in order to feel strong, empowered, to understand myself, at least in being able to navigate this world, and to differentiate from my parents. And I'm ready to move forward into the next big thing, to create what I want to create, and to expand, to and maybe I have been, right? I know, because I have been doing the work. I've been moving slowly, steadily, doing the work and creating what is important to me. And now I'm ready to see what the opportunities that are going to come back now towards me based in the work that I've done, what I have been doing and understanding my own personal growth. And now it's time for the wheel to turn where I'm done, really needing to dive deep and heal the wounding, but in letting go of whatever was keeping me back. And now it's time to start feeling, the creative, expansive force. Yeah. And 3 of Wands, and waiting for my ships to come in. Okay. And what was the next thing? But I feel it, I think this whole, like, how do I know? Because I've done the work and I feel it. I feel it. I know it. I know it like I know it. And it took some time, but I do. Okay. What is your next step? What is your next step? Am I traveling? No, I don't think so. Is somebody coming towards me from distant lands? Maybe. What is my next step? I don't think I'm going to use this little baby one anymore. Or I shouldn't say anymore. I think I'm going to have to practice shuffling with it a little bit more. You know what? I feel my body is really tense. Maybe that's it. What is my next step? What's the next step here? Thank you. We got the Hermit, right? Okay, Hermit, card of Virgo. Woo. With 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Maybe I need to, for me, the 3 of Swords is about after a time of indecision or inability to make a choice or to gain clarity. The truth, the sword of truth comes through and pierces through the heart, and it is heartbreaking. And so maybe the next step is going within, again, taking some time to figure out how you're going to use your journey, your path, what you have gone through, how to use that to come to offer hope, healing, wisdom, support to others, right? I mean, if we're looking at the Christ story, right? So that's what I have. I hope that was helpful. And, I'm not going to do premieres anymore. I'm just going to have these come out at 9 o'clock in the morning. Again, I'm not sure how often, but hopefully at least a few times a week. Okay. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Be well, be you. And thanks for being here. Bye-bye.